All right. Let's see if we can get some people in here. I'm not counting on it. I never do. I always just assume that, people have better things to do. And let me turn this on. Hi. All right, we've got like 3 people in here now. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Twitter was absolutely killing me. I swear to God. There were some SJWs in there that were freaking out over the Jawbreakers Indiegogo. Hi. Okay, I'll notice you. Hi, Zekir Wantabanabo. I noticed you. I just can't pronounce your name. Yeah, it was absolutely insane. They're just like, he's making, like, they're getting $58,000 for a comic book. How is that? That's more than they deserve. What are they going to do? What are they going to do with the money? Hold on a second. Diversity in Comics wants to get details. I'm gonna invite him in here and I'll actually tell him I'm talking about it live now. Join me. All right. We'll see if he comes in here. Let's see, where were we? Yeah. What it do? It do what it do. It do what it do. Yeah. Hey, and also I'm watching my my subscribers. I am 1 subscriber away from 25,000 subscribers. Just 1. So we're hoping that flips up. Richard can't come in here. Or Zach, I'm sorry. Who's Richard? Okay. Check my feed with replies. All right. Yeah. So this is the thing. What people need to understand about something like Indiegogo and producing a comic book, they're doing. I mean, they're producing a 50-page comic with a spine, with good artwork, with decent color. And, they have to actually ship the book out. So, I mean, it looks like a lot of money, but it is not a lot of money. Once you pay for printing costs, once you pay for distributing the comic by hand, which you're going to have to do. I mean, mailing out 2,000, at least 2,000 copies of that book individually is going to cost just $6,000 just in postage costs alone. And that's substantial. And then you've got to actually pay, John Malin a decent rate. You've got to pay the colorist a decent rate, the letterer a decent rate. Before you know it, you basically have eaten up that entire $58,000. So I was saying, no, look, he's like at this point, even though that looks like a lot of money, at this point he is making money now, and these SJWs just didn't believe it. They didn't believe it. So yeah, like, what is he gonna? At what point don't they deserve that money? I swear to God, I hope they're able to buy a house. It would prove a point. It would prove a point to be able to say, look, if you treat your fans a certain way and you endeavor, and you may not always be able to do this, but if you endeavor to give your fans a product that they actually want, that doesn't insult them, that is artfully produced, I really think, you should be able to be rewarded for that. So, that is that. What's going on in here? DNC needs to get piss ass drunk and recorded singing the Ewok song at the end of Jedi. Mortal V, you're exactly right. But oh wait, did I do it? I did it. I broke 25,000. Woo! 25,000, guys. Quarter of the way to 100,000 when I get my golden play button or whatever it is they send you. They send you a plaque that says that you did a very exciting thing. You got 100,000 subs. So that is what I'm trying to do. But 25,000 subs, that is so substantial. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I love all of you. I'm working real hard on this channel, and I'm really glad that you guys are turning out. Tomahawk 47, thank you for the super chat. Can you say Ryan Johnson's round head? Thanks. Yeah, Ryan Johnson's round head. I don't know why he can't get his head around Star Wars. He's got his head around everything else. Vile Delinquent, thank you so much for the super chat. Just saw the GoFundMe for the DeCarlos, those poor people. I hope she pulls through. Yeah, I promoted that on my Twitter. Mike DeCarlo's wife fell into a coma. I don't know any of the details about it. I just saw the GoFundMe myself with an alert from Jimmy Palmiotti, and went right into like just let's donate, let's retweet. Sent them a little bit of money, and I just tried to get you guys to send a little money as well. I mean, God forbid, it's like I hope that never happens to my family or any of your families. But should it happen, I mean, we have to form a community here. And the great thing about what's going on is, am I being too loud? Can you guys hear me? Okay, am I too loud? My mouth is right next to the microphone. Um, Somebody said CV for Public Enemy still said, okay, only 25,000 subs. Not impressed, are you? No? Okay. Rodline, thank you for the super chat. Congrats. Take this and buy a few dozen rose figures. He gave me $1.99. Yeah, that will actually eventually pay for a few dozen rose figures, but frankly, I have enough of them as it is. I really do. Let's see. Rust Bucket J says, "Hey Ethan, if you haven't seen it, check this out. It's a little bit jarring on the edits, but it's watchable at least. I don't see a link. I don't know what you mean." Scotty Richard Studio says, "That's no moon. It's Ryan Johnson's head." Yeah, it's another big round thing that's capable of destroying an entire world. That is correct. It's not just the Death Star. It's Ryan Johnson's perfectly round head, and that is something that we're all concerned about. Wildcard Productions. Guys, if you want to catch my attention with something, you can at Comic Artist Pro Secrets before your thing, and I get a little red highlighted statement, and I will definitely read it, what you send me. Wildcard Productions. What's that song called that used to play out of your videos in the ATL? That's my homeboy. Oh, I don't know the name of it. It was a free song. Okay, so you guys should know, it's like, there are royalty free songs that you can use, that are some attached to some editing apps. So if you can get these free pieces of music, and that is one of the songs that was attached to an app called Splice. So you go to Splice, it's got a great music selection. I borrow a lot of music from the Splice app, especially like ominous, musical themes and everything. So if you're editing, if you're a YouTuber and you need free music, the Splice app, I think, costs $5. It's worth every penny of it. I'm not Tyler says, Ethan, I'm not really into Star Wars, but your videos are far more interesting than the trash the movie studios are putting out. Well done, sir. Good. Yeah, I just want to make you laugh. I don't think, diversity in comics was like, you don't know anything about Star Wars. I'm like, well, I know enough about Star Wars to A, care about it, and to B, make fun of it, and its current direction. I loved Star Wars as a kid, absolutely loved it, and what they're doing to it now is stupid. And as somebody who is, a storyteller, in comics, who is naturally protective of properties and characters that he's entrusted with, seeing what Ryan Johnson is doing to Star Wars makes me physically ill. Grimjack666, or Grimjim666, thank you for the super chat. Ryan Johnson's daft round head. Yeah, it's the source of all of our problems. Ambrose of Milan says Ethan von Sciver is a communist. Far from it. Absolutely far from it. Peter Nickerson says, see, you went mundane fishing last night. Yeah, I did. I don't understand mundane Matt. I envy his channel. I like what he does. I like that he just reads the news and comments on it. To a great degree, what I do with Star Wars is based on mundane Matt. I mean, all you do is find news articles and just read them and make fun of them. Well, I make fun of them. He just kind of dryly comments on them in a boring way. I try to make something funny out of these out of these stupid articles, and they're all stupid. But yeah, they want him on. They want to argue with him about something on the Kumite, and he won't go. And for the life of me, I can't understand how you could be so ridiculously. If anybody offered me $1,400-$1,500 for an hour to go argue with me, even if I knew they hated me and they wanted to rip me up, I'd go do it. I don't care. It's crazy. I have a family to feed. I'm not turning down anything but my collar. I mean, knock it off. DW Neem says, Zach is streaming too. Don't make me choose Uncle Ethan. No, he's not, DW. He quit. When he quit, I started, and I announced on his stream that I was going to go live. So I don't step on my friends, ever, ever, ever. Yeah. King of Here says, Uncle E, I got your rebirth trade today. Fantastic. Every DC hero is in there. So fun. Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's one of my favorite things that I ever did. Casca52 says, what are the names of the ones freaking out the most on Twitter? I want to know if they're the same ones that attack the womanthology critics for the same thing. Casca, it's one guy in particular, and I don't want to say his name because I feel like it would inspire. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to say someone's name in a crowd when you have 300 people watching you. It's like, go get them. Yeah, but just, understand that what's going on right now is really, really controversial for this community to flex its muscles the way that they are right now. And you guys are flexing your muscles, your wallets, and saying, this is what we want. And I'm sorry, all of the articles that bash us, that call us names, that call us bigots, all these ugly, like dishonest, clickbait hit pieces that I've endured, my family has endured, Richard certainly endures. This is the payoff. This is us saying no. None of this stuff is true. We are a comic book community. We are a community of fans that has expectations of our entertainment, and we're going to show you right now exactly who we are and what we can do. And this is just a start. This is just a start. I mean, to kickstart one single book like this, and it work out, it be a success. I don't know why we couldn't, do something bigger. I don't. Splendopia, thank you for the super chat. It says $30. I don't know why. Or is that it just says 30.00. Yeah. Let's see. Jack Blackthorn, same here. I own a lot of Star Wars comics, and all this shit breaks my heart. Okay, so it is. It's something. All we can do is talk about it, and it never stops being funny to me. Um, and there's something new every day. I really do have like a Google alert set on my email. So every time a dumb Star Wars article comes out, I know about it, and they're written by airheads. Like this person who I just did a video where I'm reading about the possibility of Carrie Fisher being computer animated for the next movie, and this writer actually said we have to confess that all of the footage we got of Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia was obtained before she died. I couldn't believe. I had to read it to myself again just to make sure I'd read it correctly. These people are airheads. I was just like, damn. I hope so. I hope you filmed her while she was still alive. Blue Satoshi, thank you for the super chat. Daily reminder, The Last Jedi has a 47% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, we all need to remember this opinion is the majority opinion, no matter what they say. And they like to say things like the loud minority of fake fans or whatever are complaining about it. No, we're the majority. We are the majority. Dr. Meeple asked a disgusting question. I can't answer that. I'm not Tyler. Says Zach doubled down tonight in his live stream on Jawbreakers killing Cyberfrog if they meet. We need to make this happen. I don't even know if I want to because he gets really upset about it, and I'm just like, you don't understand. Your dudes are just dudes. I mean, Cyberfrog is a killing machine from another planet. His whole purpose. He's faster. He's stronger. And he has the ability to create, his body adapts to be able to handle almost any enemy. And the Jawbreakers are nothing special. Cyberfrog would take them down really, really quickly, and it would be embarrassing. And he'd laugh. He'd actually laugh at them while he did it. So, I know that upsets him, but it's just true. I think the way to get around that is just to say, why would they fight? They'd probably be on the same side. Yeah, of course I watched the Kumite. Jesus Avalos, of course I do. Unrelated Coma says, Comic Artist Pro Secrets, hey, I found a really good Star Wars channel you should check out called The Lore Master. Okay, thanks. Abbott on the Despoiler says, how has your day been? It's been good. I got up, I got a page done, turned in. I went to watch the middle school band concert, which, middle school bands. And I ate McDonald's for dinner, so maybe it wasn't so good, but that's what all the kids wanted. So I had a Big Mac. It was tasty, but you always just feel terrible after you eat it. Um, Army Vet Rod Patreon video said, I just uploaded Cyberfrog fan art speed paint. I gave him a pump action Reaper side from Leap Technologies in case anyone's feeling froggers. You got to show me that, brother. That sounds cool. Panama Max says, Ethan, I love the channel. Always knew Ewoks were frail and carnivorous beings. Of course. Indie Dave Comics says, and thank you. Indie Dave Comics says, actor Harry Anderson died today. I heard, that was shocking. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, is this going to be a bedtime story read by comic artist Pro Secrets? It will. Yeah, I'm going to read. We're going to do a little bit of this book because surprisingly, I read a lot of this, or I read like some of this, a page of it, in a chat or in a video, and people said we want to hear more of it. So yeah, I'd be happy to read you a few pages of The Adventures of Tebow, tuck you guys in at night. It's my job as Uncle Ethan. Victor Rod, thank you for the super chat. Ever heard of Paul Shipper? I like his art, I love it. I've never heard of him. Send it my way. Let me see him. Let me catch up with super chats. Splendopia, $28. Thank you so much. Really, that's huge. Appreciate that. Mike Parlett, I'm gonna throw money at the book for your cover tonight. We go to 60K. Uh, Thank you for the super chat and do it, guys. Do it. That would be great. I mean, they're so upset. Like they don't realize that like at this point, I'll be real with you guys. At this point, finally, like Zach is making some money. Like now, with what he's made so far, he's going to be able to pay all of the bills off. He's going to be able to pay all of his talent, a good fee. Starting now is when he starts to make money, and I think he's got some sort of arrangement that increases what John gets paid depending on how much they make. So, man, how cool would it be to let these guys buy houses? I would never stop laughing. I would never stop laughing. I know, and they like people would be like they'd be outraged by that. It's just look, this is the way it is. You give people what they want, and they will reward you. They'll respond in kind. Therm Scissor Punch is the new franchise, says James Davis. Thank you for the super chat. I disagree, but I'm willing to be surprised. Nicholas Waters says, "Can you imagine Hall of Heroes if crowdfunding was a thing back then?" Yeah, it may have been big. It may have been big. You never know. All right, Matt, thank you for the super chat. Yo, I hope you choose Indiegogo over Kickstarter. Kickstarter sucks. Okay. Asher88 says, is Cyberfrog gay? No, I don't think so. I don't think he's gay. I don't think he's a frog. Yeah, I don't. I think, and he wasn't he didn't absorb any of those chemicals that make frogs gay. But he could be gay. I don't know. Zero Guild, thank you for the super chat. He says moo with a cow. Very nice. Yeah. All right, let's get it. Let's get the story going, guys. Guthrax, thank you for the super chat. If you could create a Star Wars character, what would his name be and what would he look like? You the best man. I don't know what I would do. I'd probably create I don't know, some more denizens for Jabba the Hutt's palace. It's my favorite place. The Adventures of Tebow. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna catch up with you guys. Scrolling down. All right, ready, guys? If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. All right. In a far corner of the universe, look at this. You don't open the book without an illustration on this page. You just don't do that. It's stupid. In a far corner of the universe, on one of the forest moons of the planet Endor, there lived a tribe of small furry folk called Ewoks. In a village perched high in the branches of the ancient trees, they lived happy lives with love and goodwill for their fellow Ewoks and deep respect for the great spirit of the forest. As soon as an Ewok baby could walk, he began to learn about the forest world around him, about the family of trees and sky and soil and Ewoks, and about the forest father who watched over them all. I like the forest father. I never heard of him. In long processions, the children of the village marched the forest floor and high walkways, guided and tutored by the Ewok elders. A lot of people are asking if Rose Tico is in this. I don't know. We'll find out if Rose Tico is in this. Somebody wants to know who wrote this. The answer is a fellow named Joe Johnson, who also illustrated most of it, but not the cover art, which was done by Jan Brett. So let's take a look at Jan Brett's cover art. It's not bad. I don't know. I don't like his little face here, but okay. Somebody asked if the Force Father is Smokey the Bear. Oh, that remains to be seen. Let's find out. One of these young Ewoks was named Tebow, not Tim Tebow. Okay. Yeah, this is canon. Yeah. Walter Bonham says, "Hello, Ethan. Still on the Star Wars kick?" I am. I am. Trick OB says, "How do you sketch such details with those stubby thumbs?" Are my thumbs stubby? Like, people keep making fun of them and saying that I have small thumbnails. I don't know. That's all I know. I see other people who have long rectangular thumbnails and it freaks me out. Diversity, inclusion, compassion, kindness, and comics. Thank you for the super chat. Ewoks are woke, yet also broke and filthy savages. So they are SJWs. That's correct. All right. Oh, another super chat. I like the Ewoks cartoon, says Young Dark Vader. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. All right. Tebow lived with his parents and his little sister, Melania, in a cozy hut of 3 chambers just off the village square. As normal Ewok children go, Tebow wasn't. Of course, he looked normal with his brindle brown fur and sparkling green eyes. He did normal chores, like caring for the tree that was planted on the day of his birth and thatching the walls of his family hut. Like all young Ewoks, Tebow knew the strange, unspoken language of the trees, and he especially loved to listen to all the Ewok legends that he would someday pass on to his own children. That assumes that he's not gay, and I think he might be. But Tebow was different. He would spend hours sitting on his secret high branch in one of the oldest trees in the grove. In his perch, he could daydream and watch the rivers of color. I gotta make sure this is okay, so you guys can see the pictures. That float across the sky. The sky colors seemed to sing a bright song to the forest below, but sometimes Tebow wasn't sure if he heard the songs or just felt them move past him like a stream flowing over smooth rocks. In these songs, Tebow could hear different voices. He could sense the happiness when the voices rejoiced at the planting of a new birth tray, and the sorrow when the voices mourned the end of a tree's lifetime. Yeah. And Rex Mixon says, "And pinch a loaf from a high tree." Yeah, that's likely. I think that's a reality of Ewok life. You know, somebody calls him Tebow. Somebody calls him Tebow the crackhead. I don't know. I don't know why. I can't look at you guys. I'm trying to stay in character. Yeah. When Tebow told his friends about the rivers of color, they laughed and made up funny rhymes about him, and seldom invited him to join in their adventures. They said, "He must have fallen out of a treehouse and landed on his head." Tebow never told them about the sky songs, or reading the animals' minds, or seeing the tree ghost. He didn't mind the laughter, he just wished someone would share his secret world. Tebow's parents decided he simply had a spirited imagination. What do you guys think of that? Do you think he has a spirited imagination, or do you think he's crazy and stupid? Yeah. Smoke nub every day, says Mr. Dystopian. Yeah, I have to say, you might be right. You might be right. Hold on a second. All right. Yeah. There it is. Okay. So let's get a little music going here. This is perfect to read Ewoks too. All right. When Tebow, oh wait, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, Cecil, for the super chat. They were going to eat Han Solo. Never forget. They were, but they also worship C-3PO, who I know is your personal hero. This at least was true. Tebow loved to daydream, perhaps a little more than was good for him. When the other Ewok children were learning how to make weapons, or to defend the Happy Grove, or which vines were safe to swing on, or how the wings of their gliders worked, Tebow would sit in a daze, imagining himself doing battle with monsters, or rescuing baby Ewoks from danger, or flying high into the night sky to collect basketfuls of stars. Tebow the Great, the Ewoks would cheer, as he sprinkled stars throughout the grove to light the village by night. Hooray for Tebow! One brisk afternoon, in the time of the year we would call the spring. Oh, now it's on now. You can tell. The Ewok children were gathering for another excursion into the forest. Suddenly, three Dulocs came stomping into the village square, making such a racket that even Tebow was roused from his afternoon daydreaming. Thank you, Blue Satoshi, for the super chat. Press 1 if Tebow was right. Press 2 if he's crazy. So you guys can respond to that by voting. King of Hair says, I saw this movie when it was called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Indie Dave Comics says, I think you need to play from Grateful Dead for this. And Nicholas Waters says, take care, brother. I think he's leaving. Okay, that's fine. Ewoks get stoned on eucalyptus and lays around all day like koalas. They probably do. You know, koalas are bullies. They really are. I went to Australia. I watched them. So Robert Oldak asks an intriguing question that I put to you as well. Do you think if Tebow had sex with a porg, you would get Lena Dunham? No, I think I think that if like Holdo had sex with the sea monster that Luke Skywalker milked, you'd get Lena Dunham. Or if you just took the sea monster that Luke Skywalker milked, you'd have Lena Dunham. So honestly, yeah. Army Vet Rod Patreon video says, I'm very sorry, my super chat is region locked. I donated to your Patreon and tweeted it like the Patreon instructed. I hope you like my Cyberpunk fan art. Oh, thank you so much. You're very, very kind. I do appreciate the Patreon donors. I'm trying to make sure that that gets added onto every single one of my videos. So next month you'll see your name in the Patreon list, and that should be cool. I don't know. Kylo loves Lena Dunham. Never forget, says Sakaritis Coronarius. Yeah, he did. He loved her in a way that I don't know. I found inappropriate, but I find anyone who loves Lena Dunham at all for any reason to be inappropriate. Let's see. Wildcard Production says, "Can you tell us some of your ideas that would have worked for the new movies?" Maybe I will. That better not be porno. Maybe I will for a video. I don't know if it's appropriate now. You know, boring. Yeah. All right. Now let's learn about the Dulocs. All right. Now a word about the Dulocs. Although Dulocs were distant relatives of the Ewoks, are Dulocs canon? Do you guys know about Dulocs? Walter Bonham asks if I have the Pornhub soundtrack. I don't. I wish I did. Cephas says, Lena Dunham carried off the remaining porgs after Chewbacca gave her his barbecue recipe. They all gone now. Well, see, thank you for the super chat. Would Lena Dunham be a good replacement for Princess Leia? Princess Lena. Yeah, sure. It doesn't matter anymore. Nothing matters anymore. I actually stopped and pictured it and just thought about what that would look like. And I just thought, you know what? Like, no, of course that would be horrible. But then I just thought, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, nothing matters in this. Rise Against says Dunham is Jabba the Hutt in the Solo movie. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think that would be appropriate for her. Therm Scissor Punch says, hey, Ethan, why are you always so quiet? This isn't NPR. Well, what is it then? This is just my tone. This is my tone when I talk to you guys. No, the truth is that I whisper because there are people sleeping in the house, you know, my wife and And more importantly, the baby is asleep. You don't want to wake the baby up. Oh, let's see. Wolf of Magdeburg says, I don't understand half the words you were saying now, Uncle Ethan. That's a problem. Yeah, I'll turn this down. I do want you to understand every word I am saying. All right. So we got the Dulocs. They have very little in common with the Ewoks, whereas the Ewoks were kind, sensitive, and brave. And industrious, the Dulocs seem to pride themselves on their rudeness and dishonesty, and filthiness and hairiness. So they're basically like a tribe of Kirin Shiaks. Most Dulocs were lanky and ill proportioned, yeah, with wide jowls and beady eyes, yeah. Verminous, patchy gray fur concealed their mottled pink underhides. Although the Ewoks tolerated the Dulocs out of respect for the forest and all its inhabitants, there were many Ewoks that were superstitious concerning the Dulocs. All in all, Ewoks avoided the Dulocs whenever possible. Yeah. Panama Max says, EVS, thank you for giving us a good bedtime story. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Ewoks, to arms, shouted the Duloc leader, whose name was Volgar. Volgar, a creature of dread has stolen one of your children. Look. Volgar went to the rail and pointed down to the bank of the stream that wound through the Ewok's grove. There in the mud, the prints of a giant feet led off into the forest. All the Ewoks in the village pushed fearfully to the railing and gasped. None among them had ever seen footprints so large before. I saw it all, said Volgar, raising his voice for attention. The little one wore a red feather in her hood and carried this. Volgar held up a ragged Ewok doll made of straw. The poor child dropped it when the wicked beast grabbed her. Tebow's mother, whose name was Batshita, I kid you not, fought back tears. She knew the doll belonged to her daughter, Melania. Tebow's father, whose name was Warrock, stepped forward. And why did you not raise an outcry, Volgar? He asked, so that we might have attacked the creature. It's a good question. It's a very good question. Yeah, Batshita is the Ewok mama here. And yeah, a lot of people are saying now that Batshita is their favorite new Star Wars character. Abaddon the Despoiler says, Uncle E, you are describing the SJWs as filthy creatures, which is completely accurate. And they're lazy and stupid and envious, yes. Jack Blackthorn says, do Ewoks have bedbugs? I don't know if they do, but definitely, yeah, definitely the other guys do. Who are they called? The Dulocs. Melania Trump is an Ewok? Asked Johnny Utah. It seems so. At least there's a character named Melania who was an Ewok. Luke Carbo asks, would the Ewoks eat the Dulocs if they got the chance? I don't know. Let's hope that they don't get the chance. That would be disgusting from the way they're described. Waisel says, diversity, inclusion, compassion, and kindness in comics. Enjoy your videos. That last one was hilarious. Everyone needs to subscribe. Yeah, to his channel. It is very, very funny. And I think you would enjoy it. All right, where are we at now? Somebody just said $59,000 exactly. $1,000 more dollars to go to get to 60. So that's, I mean, can we do that? That's basically between 20 and 40 more people buying copies of Jawbreakers. Yeah, that would be cool. Stormcloud Jesus says, please tuck me in. Okay. And let's see. Yeah. Jacqueline O'Geary says, depends on the pink undersides. Well, yeah, they are described as having pink undersides with matted gray hair. So that is pretty disgusting. What if Jabba turns SJW in Soilo? Asks Sinashim 666. There's so many possibilities. So many possibilities. Walter Bonham says, I would, but I can't right now. That's why I went from 50 to a 1 for a month for Ethan. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, people are subbing. They are subbing to diversity, inclusion, compassion, and kindness in comics. I think you will find that amusing. Let's see. Mr. Jackpot says, "Ever watch the animated short about David Lynch meeting with George Lucas?" No, I haven't. Send that my way. Dan Beresford says, "Ethan, why is it called Solo?" Um, because it's basically Han Solo under the influence of soy products. And it's actually called Soylo, a Soy Wars soyery. And I can't figure out how to get soy in there a fourth time, or else I would. Um, Rise Again says, please check out my channel as well. I will. I'm in the mood for just shouting out people's channels. I can't believe I am at 25,000 subscribers. I've only been doing this since October. And yeah, this is really, really great. Stasia Sandoval says, draw a custom trooper one of these days. All right. I mean, sure. We'll start doing some more drawing videos again if you guys want them. I mean, the thing is, I do drawing videos and you guys don't really watch them. Like, I'll make fun of Luke Skywalker, and it's like, uh, it gets like 50,000 views, and then I do a drawing video and it gets 3,000 views, and I'm like, wait a second. I guess you guys want me to do more Luke Skywalker videos. GrimJim666 says, tell people to sub to mine. It's terrible, lol. Everyone sub to GrimJim666, please. Yeah. Ian Smith says, I would totally watch anything with Rainbow Brute. So, the company who now has the rights to do Rainbow Brite comics, I will have you guys know that I did have a meeting with that company about Rainbow Brite plans, including Rainbow Brute, possibly spearheading the Rainbow Brite comic book revival. I don't know if you guys are interested in that. Mike Parlett, thank you for the super chat. He said he just he donated $50 to the Kickstarter. He got that perk. That is great. Yeah, I did. Some of you can't believe it. I actually did meet with them, and we had a nice conversation. They were stunned by my ideas for Rainbow Brite. They thought I was kidding. They thought I was trolling them, and I'm like, no, I really am a fan of the idea of doing Rainbow Brite comics and making them for adults, rather than children. Silver Planet, thank you for the super chat. Would you please say, so I can play it over and over again in my videos, as if you know me from Shinola? Okay, you ready? Silver Planet is a handsome man with an amazing YouTube channel. Cut. How was that? All right, good. Yeah, Rainbow Brite. Let's see, Rainbow Brute or Cyberfrog. Well, I don't know. That's a fight I wouldn't want to see. I think they would definitely be allies, those two. But yeah, Rainbow Brite has a lot of potential. And what I actually told them is I said, look, these characters, I know you're thinking that you can put Rainbow Brite out there now and still get 8-year-old girls to be interested in it, but you can't. 8-year-old girls have moved on. What you want the girls who were 8 years old in 1983. Frankly, so do I. So those girls are in their 40s now, and they might want to read about the character that they grew up with as a child, and actually have it done in a way that's more on their level now. So, I mean, if you actually did Rainbow Brite as Game of Thrones, then I think it would be pretty great. Could Rainbow Brute beat the Jawbreakers? No. Let's just say no and make Zach happy there. Not Dead says more Star Wars videos. Oh, there will be. I'm going to do one right after we're done here. GrimJim666 says, that's what I want with G.I. Joe. Yeah, that's what everybody wants with G.I. Joe. And Jacqueline O'Geary says, I needs an adult Rainbow Brite comic. Oh, it'd be so fun. And listen, it's not like it would be like, adult. It would just be, it would take it seriously. It would take the concept seriously. It'd be a lot of fun. Hey, look, there's a whole kingdom of fairies that only exist when it stops raining, and then they can shine like rainbows. And all the characters from Rainbow Bright I would redo, and I'd do them more seriously. Um, and you guys have seen my Rainbow Bright art, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. I've got 800 iPads. I know that impresses you guys. I just want my office to look like the Batcave at all times. It's important. Okay, so obviously you guys know Rainbow Brute. There's our boy Rainbow Brute right there. All right, that's Rainbow Bright's big brother. And I'll show you my version of Rainbow Bright. And by the way, I did show them this, and they were blown out, totally BTFO by my version of Rainbow Bright. I don't blame them. I honestly, whatever you do, if you put anyone else on this other than me, okay, here's Rainbow Bright. If you put anyone else on this other than me, the book will fail. This is it. This is how Rainbow Bright is supposed to look. And she's totally rad, totally awesome. Yeah. And, you know, she's a cool kid. She rides a horse. I mean, she's cute, but she's got a sword. I don't know. I think it would be fun. Paul Contreras says creepy Rainbow Bright. I don't know if she's creepy. I think she's cute. So, I mean, you just have to picture. Maybe Rainbow Brute is her long lost father. It could be. I don't know. I don't know. I always thought Rainbow Brute was her big brother, but maybe it could be her father. He is kind of old looking. Atomic American says, what is this? Okay, Atomic American. I want the Rainbow Bright franchise because I want to turn it into, here's what I think. I'm very, guys, surprise, I'm very creative. And I think about these things all day long. I think about like franchises. It doesn't have to be a tough franchise that appeals to me personally. I look at My Little Pony and I say, why does that appeal to boys? Like, what is that? And then I just thought, Rainbow Bright is a great idea, a great property that could appeal more widely to that same audience, to older girls, like girls who have grown up with Rainbow Bright, and even to boys. I could make Rainbow Bright a book that I would read because it would be this crazy, like ironic kind of fairyland barbarian story about, you know, the kingdoms above the rainbows, like in the clouds. I don't know. I think it would be cool. Rhino says, did I pronounce that right? Rhino? Relaunching comics for adults is hot business. Archie relaunched their entire line successfully. Bronies like My Little Pony because the show and books are good. Well, and that's how I feel too. And what I'm afraid of is that the next Rainbow Bright series of comics will basically just be like 1980s Rainbow Bright, and it's going to fail. Comics Misexplained says, comic artists need an Uncle Rainbow Brute. Yeah, I know. Rainbow Brute and Bright versus the Cabbage Patch Killers. Kind of. The Cabbage Patch Kids are actually vegetable zombie clones of this guy Xavier. I wish they could. Army Vet Rod is asking if Rainbow Bright and Rainbow Brute battle Strawberry Shortcake and their Strawberry Beefcake. I see Strawberry Shortcake and her clan. I'd have to go do more research. I know there's a boy named Huckleberry Pie. I know that their bad guy is named Purple Pie Man. I'd have to really look at Strawberry Shortcake, but I really see them as like agricultural pacifists. Like, I don't think those people are warriors at all. I think they are legit only interested in making food, and that's all. They don't really fight. So, you know, it's almost like Rainbow Bright and her crew would kind of ride into their town and just get stuffed with desserts and move on. Yeah, diversity. Okay, Cecil says Lannister relations for the Rainbow Clan. No, not as such, but you know, kinda. Yeah. Blue Jay says, "Do you remember Mighty Max?" Yeah, vaguely. Don't forget about them snorks. Yeah, like all this stuff is interesting to me. I wish I could get it all. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can get all those different properties, but I'd really like to. Strawberry Beefcake was just, I don't know. It was a spinoff. I don't know if I would. I don't think I would do Strawberry Beefcake as a man because there already is. There's already this guy Huckleberry Pie. I would just make him tough. I'd make him kind of a badass that protects the girls, the women. What a lemon meringue. Who are those? I want to look up those characters and maybe do a redraw of a strawberry shortcake character. See what it looks like. Edmund Boyette, thank you for the super chat. There's a large demand for material that lovingly evokes nostalgia. The convenience of now is amazing, but the current year is frequently sterile. Yeah, see, that's how I feel. I grew up with four sisters, so this stuff was around me all the time, and I remember all these dolls in my house and thinking they were stupid. But now, grown up, it's like I feel like I can take these ideas and make something of them. Tube Dragon, thank you for the super chat. Mark Hamill discussed being in Guardians of the Galaxy with James Gunn. He should be unnamed, but be a realized good Luke sees goodness in people Jedi. Yeah, that would be nice if he actually was secretly Luke Skywalker. Yeah. Muscle. Yeah. Okay. So those muscle guys were pretty cool. We used to buy those. They were basically these pink little action figures that were wrestlers, and you could buy a wrestling ring, couldn't you, with like rubber bands and make them fight. We used to love those as kids. Dr. Meatball says, what the hell sort of name is Huckleberry Pie except some sort of fruit from Tennessee? They all had names like that. They all had names based on pies and desserts. Strawberry shortcake, lemon meringue, Huckleberry Pie. There was actually a black one too. There was one of the strawberry shortcake characters was black. Let me figure out what her name was. That's important. And they relaunched the whole line at Target, which is pretty cool. I don't care. I mean, any of this stuff can be made good. It's like any of it can be made good, any of it can be made bad. Look at G.I. Joe. Look at what they're doing with G.I. Joe. It sucks. Strawberry shortcake characters. Just because like the idea itself seems cool doesn't mean it's going to be an execution, and then vice versa. All right, so the black girl's name is Orange Blossom. All right, let's take a look at this. Can I get this blown up? All right, I don't know. I don't know if I like this. That's Orange Blossom. That is Huckleberry Pie, but that doesn't look like the character from that. Yeah, I would just make these chicks all hot. I'd make them hot. Like, I mean, basically, I would grow them up. They would just be women. That just makes the best sense to me. Yeah. I don't know. Silver Planet says we need a Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie. They could be found all rusty in a warehouse and brought back to their former glory. No, that was a movie already. That was a movie. What was it called? That was a movie with the Hugh Wolverine guy. I saw it with my son on Father's Day. I remember. Emery Calamay, thank you for the super chat. Make a dangerous redneck strawberry shit kicker. Whoa. And he'd be a redhead too, right? Silver Planet, thank you for another super chat. Until one of them sees The Last Jedi and starts punching people's heads right off their bodies into the street. It was like that. Here's what it was. Like that movie, it was called Real Steel. And let me see if somebody else already called it. It's called Real Steel. And you had your robot and you had them fight. It was based on Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Victor Rod, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't understand Confucius or Edwin Boyette. Edwin Boyette is our Confucius. He is a genius. He is a philosopher. Quite a good guy. Yeah. Does Rainbow Bright ride atop his girthy stallion? Yeah, I decided that Waking Nightmare was the name of his horse. Like, that is his horse. And by the way, it's too big for him. Because it's his girthy stallion. You want a horse that's too big for you. Outsized. Yeah. Huge Jackman. Toby Miley, thank you for the super chat. More drawing videos, please. Okay, I gotta finish my work. I gotta finish this book. I still got one more issue of Green Lantern to do before I can do Cyberfrog, and I'm just like, that's how I feel. I was telling my wife, I was like, I don't know. Let's get it done. Let's get going. I'm so excited about Cyberfrog. So excited. Draw something at the end of each video, maybe. Blue Jay says, when do you start drawing Jawbreakers? Well, when it hits 60,000, I'll draw the Jawbreakers cover. I think I'll probably do a quick doodle of it. Like I'll do a layout that you can show off. And then when my contract ends, probably in a month, then I will, I'll do the actual cover. I'll fulfill the cover. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, we're almost in an hour. I don't know if I bore you guys. But listen, do SJW Star Wars comics, says Blasted Heath. I don't know if that's such a great idea. James Fletcher says, EVS, do you draw cats? I could. I don't know if I regularly do. You mean Thundercats? I would do that. Thundercats are cool. I was watching this documentary on Netflix called The Toys That Made Us. I watched the He-Man episode and was so inspired by that. And I always kind of liked He-Man, but not really as a kid. And I saw that and just went, damn, I love He-Man. I forgot how much I liked He-Man. I mean, it's amazing. I would love to get there and draw Skeletor. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, all that stuff. My dad saw those He-Man figures and he thought they were gay. He told me that. He's like, this is gay. I was like, what do you mean? He's a big dude. Dad's like, what's he wearing? This is gay erotica. I was only like 8 years old. I didn't know what he's talking about. Blue Satoshi, thank you for the super chat. Isn't the point of late night story time to put people to sleep? You're right. You are absolutely right. And yeah, I'm trying to do that. I settle you guys down again. After Zach gets you all wound up. He-Man is Lord of the Rings plus Star Wars. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of how they described it. I mean, they did He-Man. Everybody was reacting to Star Wars. Like we have to do something like Star Wars. And they kept trying to figure out what kids wanted. Kids wanted power. So they came up with this whole idea. I have the power. Totally awesome. Mike Parlett, thank you for the super chat. My parents trolled me with a damn She-Ra, scarred for life. Yeah, that would annoy me. That would really annoy me. They actually made a point of talking about She-Ra and how they blame She-Ra for the decline in He-Man's popularity. I love that. And they tried to make it like a feminist thing. Like, look at this like MRA sitting there telling everyone that like women ruined He-Man. Of course women ruined He-Man. Ridiculous thing to argue against. J-Rock, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. You can't, I mean, some things are for guys. It's like guys are creating things for guys and guys get it. And then when like girls come in and try to do things for guys, it doesn't always work out. It doesn't always work out. Not when it's something specifically meant as a male power fantasy, like He-Man is. And, you know, call me a chauvinist. I certainly am. Anthony J. Manton says, do women ruin everything? They better not. No, women are great. Women are great. They just, you know, I don't know. Women ruined women for me, says Iwazaru. That's deep. That is deep. Opaque says, women love to ruin man fun. No, women are wonderful, but yeah, when it comes to when they are trying to emulate men, it's bad. It doesn't work out well. So that's the thing. And, you know, I thought She-Ra was really cool. I think He-Ra is better. He-Ra, Prince of Power. If you watch that video that I did where I turned feminist icons into men, I took She-Ra and made her into He-Ra. And I think, you know, it might look a little effeminate, but he actually is pretty cool. I mean, I think he'd be cool with He-Man. Mellow Soul says, will more Egypt deities be in Cyberpunk? No, not at all, because yeah, everything changes in the new book. Gem Video says, do you remember the little comic books that came packaged in with the He-Man figures? Yeah, they were great. They were really beautifully drawn. I really like them. I'm thinking about collecting one of two things. Like, I'm either going to collect the original 12 Star Wars figures in like mint on card, or I'm going to collect the first run of He-Man toys and just hang them on my wall. One of the two. Not for a little while, though. I can't spend that kind of money. They have a Han Solo mint on card on eBay. It's like $1,700. And I can't buy that right now. I just bought my wife a Frank Sinatra painting. Like a painting Frank Sinatra did. So that's enough. That's enough spending money for a while. Vile Delinquent, thank you for the super chat. The only things women don't ruin is sex and sandwiches. No, but that's not always true. That's not always true. You know, I mean, that's the thing. I have that, you know, I have so many of these, whatchamacallit, uh, what's her name? Rose Tico toys. And you take that Rose Tico toy and you put it on the little Force Link bracelet, and all she says is, I can fix anything. I can fix anything. And it's like, well, I'll have a ham sandwich. What do you mean? What do you mean you can fix anything? Go fix me lunch. And then you say that, and then everyone gets mad at you. That's the problem. Yeah. She fixed Star Wars for good, that's right. Well, Star Wars is fixable, though. I mean, you know. Little Raisin Acres says, send me Rose Tico. I want to do a repaint. I've got 9 of them. I really don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I'm going to do something with them. I tried to give them away as gifts here on one of my live chats, and I was rebuffed like you wouldn't believe. By the way, in the corner of the screen, that's my stomach. Like, you can see it in the corner of the screen. I'm wearing like a black Calvin Klein tank top, and it's in the corner of the screen. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Yeah, I tried to give them away to you guys, and you were just like, no, no. Yeah, Anthony J. Manton says, boy, you thick. Yeah, I am thick in the head too. Somebody wants to know when I'm going to buy that Jabba the Hutt. I don't think I'm gonna. $800. Yeah, and somebody was like, well, like, crowdfund it for you. No, I wouldn't do it. Like, if you guys raised $800 for me to buy Jabba the Hutt, I'd go give it to Mike DiCarlo's wife, who's in a coma. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't spend $800 on that. I would do something else with the money. I'd give it to Zach for his whatever. Igudara says, please don't tell us what you're wearing. Well, just so you know what you're looking at in the corner of the screen. You know, I'm fully clothed. Don't worry, you know. Atomic American says, spending that much on anything is pretty irresponsible. Yeah, I know. I tend to agree. I mean, you know. James Davis, thank you for the super chat. I'd like a Rose Tico if you sign the card. Well, you say that now. Iwazaru says, who are you wearing, EVS? I am wearing, like I said, Calvin Klein. I'm wearing Nike shoes. And I'm wearing... What kind of jeans am I wearing? Listen, my jeans are very stylish. I don't know what kind they are right now, but they are good. Trust me. I just can't see which pair I'm wearing because I can't look at my own butt. Yeah. Atomic American says, the Calvin Klein ad that nobody wanted. Well, listen. I think Calvin Klein would be honored to know that I can squeeze into their clothes. Jimmy Carbone says, I can spend $800 on myself. Hey, Jimmy, I can too. I just don't, I don't want to. Like, I feel weird, especially since I'm about to, crowdfund a Cyberfrog series. Hey, guys, will you help me pay for a Cyberfrog series? By the way, I blow $800 on Jabba the Hutt toys. This doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem fair. Tim Honer says, EVS, those pants do make your butt look fat. Oh my goodness. Terrible. Yeah. Mortal V says, this is a blow to Ethan's ego. On Zach's chat, everyone is wanting to see his feet. Well, maybe a few oddballs, but still. Yeah, you don't want to see my feet. You don't want to see that. Val Delinquent says, did you get my tweet showing the Sarlacc hentai that someone made? You're responsible for that. All right. I mean, people blame me for what my followers do all the time. I only can like take responsibility for what I do, not for what you guys do. Just because I said Sarlacc hentai as a punchline in a joke and then tweeted out the punchline. By the way, some people were concerned. I got people that thought that like I'd accidentally entered a Google search into my Twitter. I'm at home like looking for something, and it's like Sarlacc hentai. And I'm like, oh no, I accidentally tweeted that instead of Googled it. Wildcard Production says, see you tomorrow, Ethan. Okay, good night, Wildcard. I hope you have nice dreams. Have a good night's rest. Yeah. Oh, the homeless Mexican is here. Homeless Mexican, I want to thank you for showing up in chats and saying caca. I started doing that in Diversity in Comics live streams because of you. And I feel like I should tribute. Yeah. Chocho says, just watched your Superman rant. Really enjoyed it, EPS. Thanks, Chocho. That's about as sincere as I get, It's like I really feel that way about Superman. Yeah, Sarlacc hentai, says Gem Video, is the name of Kirk Eichenwald's fanfic. Yeah. Casca52 says, I'm completely aware that you and Zach are much nicer people than me. Casca, I don't know about that. I mean, I think you're probably nice. Russ Bucket J says, do you ever do any Canadian conventions? I want you to sign my original VHS copy of Star Wars if you ever come down my way. I will. In 2 years, I'll start doing conventions again, but not right now. Val Delinquent says, have you ever drawn an anime style? No. Army Vet Rod, Patreon video, says, there's a lot of ISIS decapitations and porn on Twitter. Ew. That don't get erased. I think your Sarlacc hentai isn't going to affect the purity of Twitter. No, I don't either. I just think that, people wonder what the hell I did that for. Walter Bonham says, good night. May the Green Lantern be with you. The same to you, my friend, in blackest night, brightest day. And right now, blackest night, hopefully. Sleep well. Uncle Ethan, come to Canada, says emotionally exhausted. Toys R Us aren't closing here. Wow, that's really reassuring. So Star Wars didn't decimate the toy economy of Canada, I guess. All right. Yeah. Here's my hand. Hello. EVS said, I enjoy giant women. I'm still trying to get over it. Wait, EVS said, I enjoy giant women. I'm still trying to get over it. I don't remember saying that about you, Iwazaru. Yeah. Yoda Scrotum says that, well, that's inappropriate. I shouldn't say that. I'm not going to read that one aloud. Bullet Dragon, how does Mrs. EVS, her name is Andrea, how does she feel about Rose Tico? She tells me to shut up about Rose Tico. She's like, Rose Tico, that's all I hear. And it's a stupid name. Like, Rose Tico is a stupid name. And if you say it too much, like, it is annoying. And really, like, I stopped being interested in Rose Tico about a week after I saw Star Wars. I just kind of was like, this is stupid. And the only reason why I was interested in Rose Tico in the first place was because Heather Antos said she was better than Boba Fett, and Mark Wade said that she was just wonderful. And I was like, what is this character? What are people talking about? And then, like, once I saw it, I was, like, outraged by the way that they lied. I was like, you guys are liars. Like, Rose Tico is not better than Boba Fett. She's not good at all. And by the way, like, nobody who sees that movie is going to be like, Rose Tico represents me. This is why representation matters, because of Rose Tico. People just see her on the screen. Every time she's on the screen, it's like, she's just nothing on the screen. She just plops down there like just a disaster. Nothing. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't smile. She's not charming. No personality. And so after that, I was just like, you know what? Everyone lies. These people are all liars, and that's it. Yeah. Well, if you love Rose Tico, official troll, I do understand. CB4 Public Enemy Steel, you weren't on the top 50 artists who are good at drawing women when I searched it up online. How do you feel about that? Um, I don't know. Bad? How am I supposed to feel? I don't feel good about it, but I don't really draw women very often. Flash, Green Lantern, Batman. I drew one issue of Wonder Woman. That's about it. Steven Sparkman, did you ever recover video of your initial reaction to Last Jedi? It's still my favorite channel. It's the reason I subscribed to your channel. I wish I could watch it again. Yeah, I can't find it. It's gone, and I really feel like someone broke into my YouTube and started deleting things. That's how I feel. And I caught them just in time. I changed my password and everything, but they got like 5 videos, and that was one of them. And it's a shame because it was doing really well. I think it had 150 views. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, is this okay? Am I back? All right. Yeah, I think I'm back now, guys. Or maybe not. All right. Am I back or no? I see your F's. You're back? Okay. Good. Well, anyway, I should go. This is, again, I keep you on too long. I've been on for 66 minutes and 6 seconds, and that's too long. Yeah, CB4 Public Enemy Steel says, would you sue Rob Liefeld if he stole Cyberfrog from you? I'd have to. I'd have to sue Rob Liefeld for any reason. Grim Jim 666, thank you for the super chat. Sorry to bother. Are you aware of M. Hamill's space fighter pilot role in the under development Star Citizen? Look up Mark Hamill's Star Citizen. It's sweet. Oh, I will. That sounds good. Thank you very much for letting me know. All right, guys. So this is the first reading of Tebow. We'll read some more maybe tomorrow night. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. You guys are killing me. It's so funny. Yeah, you guys have a good night. I'm going to work on the new video that'll be up tomorrow morning, and make sure to watch it. Please click like on the way out. I do appreciate you all. Love you. Thank you for the super chats. And yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay? Good night, everyone.